Hello, all you model building enthusiasts out there. This is Crazy Horse Creations. I haven't made a video in a while, and in one of my past videos, I had mentioned that I had some issues come up, and I wasn't willing to talk about them at the time. But back in January, my father had passed away, and it left me pretty much not willing to work on models for a while, and I had other things I had to take care of course, with a death, everybody has responsibilities with taking care of everything. um, I did have an issue with trying to finish up the truck. It was very difficult, and I did bring it to a model show, and I just wasn't into it. um, it was pretty tough. And it's funny because they didn't judge the truck. They found some issues with it, with the kind of build that it was. I had a feeling that they would. It's not a box build. So if there's any discrepancies, of course, anybody who's been to any kind of model shows and had tried to get any awards or placements on it knows that the more work you do on it, the more they nitpick. But anyway, I also wanted to take a shout out to Mitch, Back in Action Videos. He hasn't been doing anything lately either, and he's in the process of moving. And he reached out to me not too long ago, and I just wanted to personally thank him for that. It was nice to hear from him. And hopefully he'll be back on YouTube soon also. Anyway, with that being said, I just wanted to go over what I just started doing not too long ago. I did say that I wanted to work on a dragster and a funny car and do them simultaneously, and I did start those. And unfortunately, it I didn't. I wasn't feeling it, I've done a lot of Revel kits, and I felt like maybe I should try something else for a little while, something I haven't done in a little while. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you what I have done on the dragster, the California Charger, and then get around to what I have been doing on this Tamiya F4 Phantom that I decided to pick up and start. So anyway, here's the Revell Charger that I started. Let's see if I can get this open and give you guys a look. See what I've done here. So I put it aside for now, and I do plan on finishing it. But as you can see, I've got the frame started, and I made some custom seat belts with it. You can see in here. And I watched a couple of YouTube videos on how to make brackets and seat belts and make them look pretty real. So it ain't the greatest work, but it's not bad for probably my second attempt at making seat belts. All right, so that's the frame, and I wanted the tires to look like they've been used, so I made sure that the Goodyear looked a little bit worn out. And I did that by basically, scratching off some of the paint and then taking some very, very thin flat black and just kind of going over it a little bit to give it that, faded look. Of course, I sanded off the tread area, and that was on both of those wheels. And I got the motor done, pretty much. And I wired it. Now these wires are actually not the kit wires. On the actual car or dragster, they're yellow and they're black out of the kit, so I wanted to do yellow wires because that's what they are. And I also, put the blue stripes in the valve covers. And I all-clad chrome the lines, the fuel lines and the injector lines. I also took off the chrome, and I went off of other builders and on YouTube, and used Easy Off. And one other thing I did with this kit is, after looking at some pictures, now the thing is about these pipes is that they went straight across, and as you can see at the very tops, at the leading edge, I angled them. They were all straight. They went all straight across, and that was incorrect. So I corrected that and put, you know, the angles on them, making them straight with the pipe on both of these, and Alclad chrome these. I cleaned them up, took all the flash off of them. They look pretty good. And let's see if I can find the other one here in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. And I also, you know, put some depth in there. Eventually gonna paint in there a little bit of flat black. Again, you know, and I'll show you what I mean by those pipes. Here's a picture of it. They go straight across. And here they don't. So that's what I did. That's correct. I also put a little piece of plastic on there for support, as is on the actual dragster. And here's a bunch of parts that I took the chrome off of. And I plan on, you know, either painting them silver or painting them, you know, blue. But for now, I'm putting it away. I'll get back to it. I'll just set that aside for now. One other thing I wanted to show was a model, a Tamiya kit that I did probably over 25 years ago. And I have another kit, the exact same kit, which I showed in an earlier video. And this was done with spray can, and I hand painted it. And what happened to it was the front of the canopy, the windscreen here, cracked. And I was planning on trying to get a new part for it through Tamiya, but I could never get them to send me the part. So I basically started, you know, taking everything off of it. I repainted it. I actually painted it, I think it was, I can't remember the name of the color. It was a darker gray than the gunship gray, and this has actually been sprayed with the gunship gray. And I was going to put it back together, and, well, I figured, you know what, I'm just going to build a whole new kit. But I'm not going to get rid of this one. Maybe I'll end up trying to get it back together or doing something with it eventually. And so anyway, with that being said, with this F4 Phantom, I've been watching some other YouTube videos and how other aircraft builders have been building them, and this is a little bit new to me. Of course, you all know that I built an F4 Corsair, and it was a first attempt at modifying it, and I've gotten some, you know, positive and negative comments on it, which is, you know, okay with me. You know, it was a first attempt, but anyway, I did flat black on these, and then did the flat whites for the shadowing on the tops of the landing gear. And I also did the same with the flaps here. All these flaps have all been painted flat black and then gone over with the white. And I also started the cockpit. I'm doing all this with airbrush, of course. No, I'll be doing some hand painting again. This will be the first Tamiya kit that I've done airbrushed. I've got all these done. And I got all these done. And I thought I did a pretty good job on the landing gear here. Again, flat black, and then going over it with a white for the shadowing. And get it some better lighting here. Yeah, the walls here. The light here is a little bright, so it's kind of hard to see. And then I rescribed these after sanding off the seams. And then I took 15, I believe it's 15 gauge plastic, and then I basically took a compass cutter and redid the, I don't want to say they're fillers, but I don't know. Not exactly what they are. Plugs. I redid the plugs on those. And something I'm trying here, I saw these the exhausts in a black and white photograph, and I'm probably going to redo these because, as you can see, they were speckled. And I tried speckling them with a marker and then going over them with a flat, a very thinned out flat black. I'm going to try something a little different, you know. Eventually I'll have something that I'll like, and I'll show it again. And then, now I've seen some aftermarket intakes. Somebody did aftermarket intakes on their YouTube channel with this kit. But I'm going to go ahead and, you know, try to get the seams out with just the parts that I have. And as you can see, I'm gonna bring it in really close here. I think I did a pretty good job of hiding the seams. And once I put it on the fuselage itself, I'm gonna cover up the seams to this fuselage and get those cleaned up. And you might still see some remnants of a seam, but I'm hoping that, you know, I'll get the whole, you know, I'll get the seams pretty much covered up to the point where it looks pretty clean. And I got the landing gear done again, flat black, flat white over flat black for shadowing effect. And I cleaned these up pretty good. Got these ready to go. And here's a box of parts that I cleaned up and put together. Getting these all ready to go. And a couple of people that have built this kit, you know, talked about the angle of the wing tips having to be at 20 degrees, and these are 30 degrees. I'm going to correct that. Also, there was some panels that were on the fuselage that they also talked about that needed to be removed. Basically, I did that also. I have this marker area here because there's some scratches there that I gotta sand out that I didn't see, that I saw during the time I was either painting it or just doing some more cleaning up on it. So that's got to be cleaned up. But the way I took those panels off is I basically, what I would like to call chunking it with the Dremel tool. I used one of these here, and basically I carefully went over the panels that were raised on this, and then I just chunked them off, and then took, you know, different grades of sandpaper and got it, you know, back to being smooth. And I regraved it. I put new rivet holes in it in the areas where it needed it. And I got now here's what I like to do. I always like to do the missiles and the bombs first, because by the time I'm done with the aircraft, I'm like the type of person that, you know, go back to the missiles and the bombs and kind of procrastinate. So I always like to do these first, so that way they're done, and the main, once the main model is done, all I have to do is attach them. So I always have learned to do all my missiles and bombs first. So these are all completed. These got to still be, you know, have some flat black paint added to them and some details. And then I plan on decaling them. I did these in gloss white so the decals would stick better, and then I plan on flat coating them after putting on the decals. And got my bombs here all painted up. I still got to finish these up a little bit. There's red on these straps on the front of these extension fuses, and I'm not sure if the instructions say that the very tips have to be silver, but if not, then I just leave them alone. But anyway, that's pretty much what I've gotten done right now. I've got these two kits here just to kind of like give you a heads up on some of the stuff that I had started that I, plan on eventually getting back around to. I don't know, it seems like I did a lot of automobiles when I was young, so when I pick up a car or something like that, it takes me, some major interest to finish it. So eventually I'll get back to these and finish them up. But for now, I'm gonna keep going on this F4 Phantom, and I don't know, I'm thinking about maybe possibly after I'm done with the F4 Phantom is going on to this MiG-21 fish bed and just doing that Vietnam thing here. I got to get some decals for this for the North Vietnamese fish beds, and I picked up a number of different color Alclads in the silver here not too long ago, and I plan on using all these and painting it all silver. So anyway, I'll have another video again shortly. Again, thanks for being patient, and enjoy your model building. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.